everyone, welcome to A Fistful of Dice. I'm Matt, and today we're going to be talking loot. One of the funnest things about playing RPGs is acquiring loot. You know, it's sort of in the same playing field as gaining experience, killing things, completing quests. You're going to be getting some cool items, magic spells, gold, treasure. You're going to be getting some loot. And even though loot is extremely fun to acquire as a player, as a GM, loot can be a huge pain in the ass. To try to figure out who gets what creature was carrying what, if a hobgoblin is wearing, splint mail and a long sword and some javelins, the player should be able to grab that stuff, and you've got to make sure that, you have all that stuff ready. So what I'm going to talk about today is a system that my group has been using that was devised by my good friend Chloe, who plays in my gaming group and is currently GMing. She came up with a pretty ingenious way to make loot a little bit more abstract and, as a result, a little bit easier on the GM. And honestly, it's pretty fun as a player as well. So we're going to talk about that system today. I've talked a little bit about my Fate chip system on A Fistful of Dice, where I award poker chips to players who do cool things, think outside the box, etc. And then they can then turn in those chips to re-roll any D20 roll, basically. Everyone in my group likes this idea, and all the GMs kind of do a different version, their own version of the Fate chip system. Chloe sort of come up with a way to do a Fate chip type thing with loot. And for lack of a better phrase, we'll call it the treasure chip or loot chip system. Basically, at the end of a combat, each player acquires a certain number of loot chips, which abstractly represent all the loot that was gained during that encounter. So any gold that the creatures had on them, gems, items, things like that. Things that you can then barter with at a store. And then what we do is we turn in our treasure chips for random items. And the random item charts, I know I talk about this a lot, but the Pathfinder's Game Mastery Guide, Pathfinder's Game Mastery Guide has an awesome roll chart in it for all sorts of items. And what we've been doing is one chip will represent one minor item, 2 chips will represent one medium item, 4 chips will represent one major item. So you could turn in, if you had 3 chips, for instance, you could do 2 and 1. Do 1 medium item, 1 minor item, or you could do 3 minor items, or you could wait to get 1 more and get 1 major item. And it's a really neat system to be able to turn in, I've got this many treasure chips, I'm going to turn this many in for this many items, and randomly get some really cool stuff. Last session, we had one player who turned in 6 chips, I think, and got a wondrous item, and ended up getting this cloak that had magical shurikens on it. You could basically throw the stars off of this cloak. It had little stars embroidered on it, and they were like +5 shuriken. So, so it's a really cool sort of loot system that makes it abstract, but also still keeps it exciting for the players. And as a player, too, it's kind of cool to try to think, okay, am I going to save up loot chips for something cool, or am I going to, turn some in and get some items right now? Now, we haven't quite figured out how to use the treasure chip system in conjunction with gold. We're not sure how to do that. So any suggestions that you guys have on how to do that would be great. What we have right now is basically we're using gold for sort of mundane items, normal adventuring gear, spell components, rations, things like that. But we're not sure how to do like potions and things like that, because gold is playing less of an important role with the treasure chip system. So we're interested in a way to use the treasure chip system either in conjunction with gold or have it completely replace gold in some fashion. So, but I just thought this would be something that you guys might get some use out of. I know as a GM, I struggle a lot with trying to deal with loot and stuff, and random roll tables help, but it's always tough to decide, who gets what. And it's just really easy to just be like, okay, everyone gets, you know, that combat, everyone gets one chip, or you killed a lot of guys, you get an extra chip. You know, it's just sort of up to the GM's discretion. So anyway, that's a really cool system that my friend Chloe came up with, so mad props to her for devising that system. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I can't wait to see where it'll take us. So anyway, that's it for me, guys. Take care and happy gaming.